scheming and looking hard. I got a great big bodyguard, so step up if you wanna get Milky's gonna. I get money I got. Stunts call me honey if they feel real hot. That's how it is. You can ask Giz. I stole your girl while you were in prison. Jail for MC. You was jealous, it's all your fault.
The skyline of downtown Toronto really looking wonderful tonight. It's a beautiful evening here on the shores of Lake Ontario. Welcome everybody to another presentation of the NBA live on 2K Sports. We'll watch the Toronto Raptors in this one as they go up against the San Antonio Spurs. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. D.A., take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, 2 years after their first title, the Raptors last season missed the playoffs for the first time in 8 years. Fred VanVleet said people are overlooking us again, which is not a bad place to be in. Kevin, this front office finds diamonds in the rough, so it's only a matter of time before they're back in the mix.
I agree, David. They are a quality organization. They always find a way. Thank you. And here we can check out the story for Fred VanVleet.
And he's been very active with his hands. How about the steal numbers this month? He's been really hounding on the defensive side.
And a look at the starters for San Antonio. The guard pair, Murray and White. Green is out there with Johnson. And it's Gonzalez in at the center, filling out the middle. And for Toronto, VanVleet and Anunoby are your wingmen. Khem Birch is out there with Pascal Siakam. And it's Dragic in at the one. Of course, there have been some early surprise teams. Some have fallen by the wayside, but some are for real.
Right, Kevin, and that's one of the most exciting parts of the season. You know, some teams get out of the gates really strong, but the long course of an 82-game regular season wears, and then the flaws become exposed. So the real contenders, those that consistently compete at a high level, they are the teams that we know will be there after 82 games.
The San Antonio Spurs able to put the first points up on the board. VanVleet sinks that one from the post.
Boy, at his size, Fred VanVleet has to be so crafty on the interior. Defense has nothing for him there.
Here's Gonzalez. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on White. And along with production, this team really thrives on VanVleet's leadership.
He sets a great example with his toughness, his dedication, and his teammates believe in him and believe they're going to win, partly because of him.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. And Doris, though he's getting the press for his scoring, and he's been prolific, VanVleet's defense is equally as impressive.
My goodness, great instincts. Rarely fooled. You can't trick him. Quick feet, strength in the post. You see guys try to take advantage of his lack of size. He won't have it.
And so VanVleet nails both of them.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
Here's Gonzalez, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
The Spurs shooting their first foul shot of the night.
One shot.
We're about 1 minute into the first. That's just Siakam. Here's Dragic. Green with the rebound.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Rising and punching it onto the young fella. You know he loves having that much of a height advantage. Best chance to get yourself on the highlight reel.
Here's Toronto now. It's a 5-point game. And this matchup with the Spurs, it's their first meeting of the season.
Not exactly a game that everyone will be talking about here, but both of these teams can show flashes at times.
We're seeing two teams that could be building more for the future, trying to instill a winning culture, and we'll see which team takes a step in that direction.
Passes it to Anunoby. Back to Van Vliet. Here's Siakam. Misses off the left iron. Spurs have gotten all 5 of their shots to go down in the first quarter. Terrific start. Gonzalez. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
And that's another basket for them. They have really come out blazing here in the first.
The Raptors have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Van Vliet passes to Siakam. Dragic against Murray. And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
A new group in now for the Raptors. Chris Boucher's checked in for Ken Birch. Barnes comes in for Pascal Siakam. Trent's checked in for Fred Van Vliet. And Flynn subbed in for Goran Dragic. 51 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Flynn, rejected by Gonzalez. Driving to the basket. It's good for the 7th time this game. He shot 7. He has made 7.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
Well, I felt like they were never on the same page defensively in that one. Gave up way too many easy shots.
You cannot allow your opponent to shoot that high a percentage. That is going to get you beat night after night.
Now here's Barnes. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. Boucher passes to Flynn. Barnes kicks to Flynn. Just 5 to shoot. Will it go? And they recover it. With the clock winding down.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe. And the foul called on OG Anunoby. That is his first foul of the game. A tremendous mobile 1 block that we had to see again. Great send back.
And making a statement right away, letting them know they won't get any easy ones when he's around.
With 1 on the clock, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll return shortly. And home court advantage is always a factor. But Goran Dragic adamant you can't rely on it.
It's easier to play at home. You play in front of your fans. You're sleeping in your bed, and everything feels better. But still, we need to be locked in from the first minute to the last, and play the same with intensity, with energy, like we did so far at home.
Greg, they've been pretty solid on their home floor.
The good teams do that. You have to take care of business and protect your home court.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for San Antonio, the guard pair, Murray and White. Draymond Green is out there with Mr. Fundamentals, and it's Johnson in at the three. He has a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Pascal Siakam was the most improved player in 2019. He says, I love that I cannot be able to do something, but if I put in a lot of hours doing it, I can become good at it. The former 27th pick overall said, not to sound arrogant, that I saw this coming. Guys, he bet on himself.
He did. He was smart. He certainly put in the work. D.A., thank you. San Antonio with the ball. The Raptors getting the bucket. Gonzalez, that's good. Greg, you've got a unique view of the league, not just a former player, but great broadcaster, courtside all these games, but also as a father. What's that journey been like?
It's been surreal, Kevin. Anytime you have a child that has a passion. And I got to say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still, a magnificent move to the rim. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile one block.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you've got to love that energy. And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
Raptors trail by 11. 1:12 left in the first half of basketball. Looking at the last game for San Antonio, it was a win against the Detroit Pistons.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
That's his first personal foul.
All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
That mid-range shot has been a weapon for them up to this point, fellas.
Well, something else they've done a good job of tonight is penetrating and getting points right at the rim.
First free throw is good. Some changes for Toronto. Kem Burge is checked in for Chris Boucher. Fred VanVleet comes in for Barnes. And it's Dragic in for Flynn. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
Burge finds VanVleet with the drive. Uses the glass to finish the layup. VanVleet's got his second basket of the night.
Well, if you think about Fred VanVleet's handle and his ability to operate at different speeds, you understand how effective he can be on the drive.
Yet another bucket in close. That's how he's earning his points today.
And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
Man, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
San Antonio leading by 11. Murray the pass to Gonzalez. For Burge. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
They get it again.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock.
Ooh. Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. And here's Dragic. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. And following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Bucks in Milwaukee. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Puts it up from 15. He can't hit that time.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
The shot's good.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
And so it's San Antonio. Their lead at 15 going into the break. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Here with Nick Nurse. Coach, the efficiency wasn't there in the first half. What adjustments do you need to make?
I thought we got pretty good shots, and if we're not going to score, it makes getting our defense set up difficult. So you got to keep shooting them. Hopefully start making some of them.
Well, you can't score until you shoot, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
San Antonio did not hesitate to set the pace. Their exceptional focus and all-around execution immediately triggered a 15-4 run at the start. They came on extremely strong as the quarter was winding down, nailing all 6 of their last field goal attempts to close out the first. Then in quarter number 2, they actually increased their intensity to pull further out in front, finishing with a double-digit advantage at the half. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
Well, they were completely in rhythm shooting the basketball. Just watching the flow of their offense, everything clicked into place. Fantastic shot selection. They took advantage of everything the defense gave them.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Toronto.
It's their defense that's put them in this spot. Giving up easy looks all over the place. It's like they don't have even a game plan in place. Check out the field goal percentage that they've allowed. Well, that's not going to cut it on. I don't even want to talk about it.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at Mr. Fundamentals in this game, he's been everywhere.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
As a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. The forwards are Anunoby and Siakam. Dragic is out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Birch in at the 5 down low. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half. Here's Gonzalez. Boom, he jams it straight down.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
Boy, just sheer dominance, the ability to step into enemy territory and flat out take over. This is impressive.
Back to Birch, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
What you see is continued improvement in his ability to create for others. Great to see OG Anunoby make the open read.
Here's Gonzalez, and he gets it to go. Gonzalez has got 4 points this quarter.
Well, all night he has made an impact at the offensive end. Now he's trying to shut the door.
And that one goes long.
Boy, against so little defensive pressure, you have to convert that.
VanVleet brings the double team. Basket good.
Timeout.
And now that's 35 points for Mr. Fundamentals.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
Some changes for Toronto. Chris Boucher's checked in for Kem Birch. Barnes comes in for Pascal Siakam. And Flynn subbed in for Goran Dragic. And the Raptors miss again.
Boy, as slow a start as you could have. Just 1 for 4 from the field. They're struggling.
Gonzalez into the lane.
He's the leading scorer tonight, being aggressive. And so far, no one's found a way to slow him down.
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Here's Barnes, and the dunk by Barnes.
I'll tell you, that vertical ability he has puts him in select company in NBA power forwards. May not have great size, but boy, he plays bigger than it.
And ever since halftime, they played precision basketball offensively.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
Gonzalez with it. Already now by Barnes. Count that one. Gonzalez has got 41.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Here's Van Vliet. The kick out to Barnes. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Barnes has got 7.
Well, we know that Fred Van Vliet can be relied upon to find the open man. This guy's so consistently good at it.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And he makes that one. Anunoby's got his first bucket of the night.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly and capitalizing.
There's 18 seconds left in the third. Van Vliet outside. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his first.
Boy, what a story Fred Van Vliet's NBA journey is. Undrafted out of Wichita State, develops into a tremendous player in Toronto, and gets rewarded with the huge contract in the summer of 2020. What a journey.
2. And he knocks down the first one. And he makes both free throws. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. To the middle, and stolen by Siakam. 1 second left, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's San Antonio with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. San Antonio leading by 19 points. On the court right now for the Spurs, the guard pair, Murray and White. Johnson is out there with Draymond Green, and it's Gonzalez in at center.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Well, when it's closing time, he's trying to lock the door. He's been going all night.
And it's sent back by White. Gonzalez down low. Covered by Birch.
I tell you what, I don't know what he did in the locker room, but he needs to do a little bit more of it because he's on fire.
Outside Dragic. Barnes outside. The tray. He can't get that one to fall. So the Spurs will take it the other way. Here's Gonzalez, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Siakam. Greg, you've got the unique opportunity right now to watch your son Cole follow in your footsteps. What has changed for players now versus when you played?
Well, I think the players today are so much smarter, and they prepare to be pros at such an earlier age. And honestly, I think that's one of the advantages our league has. You know, you don't have to teach these guys responsibility. You may have to teach them the game, but they are ready, willing, and able to work to achieve their goals.
And the first one drops. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth.
2 minutes remaining in regulation time.
Here's Dragic. Pass to Birch. And he uses the glass on the layup.
What energy on the offensive boards. The defense can't match the effort, and they paid the price.
Left side, Gonzalez. Over Birch. And good. He hits it again.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. Inside, Siakam. Rejected by Gonzalez. Dragic against Murray. From 12 feet out. Gonzalez's shot is off. And it's Dragic bringing up the ball for the Toronto Raptors.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Spurs.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Mr. Fundamentals.
No doubt he came to play tonight. This guy has been aggressive and effective.
Shoots from the line. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Murray, the pass to Gonzalez. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question. They've got hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Now the pass to Birch. Here's Dragic. He's off on that one. Murray with the defensive effort. On offense, here are the Spurs. They're on a 14-6 run. Good, that's another bucket. 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
Trent with it. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Draymond, one of the cliches of basketball is that the ball finds energy. When teammates are making shots, does that give you more energy?
Oh, yeah, it does. You know, when we're in the flow, the ball's just moving around. It allows me to play make, and, you know, then I just try to find an open gap and take the shots where they are.
Man, it was really flowing tonight, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Alden, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And we'll see you next time.